Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 77 of Photo Critiques. And in Photo Critiques, people send me in some of their best images, and I critique each shot with suggestions on how they can improve it. And today, I'm pleased to critique the work of Kristoffer Petterson. Kristoffer's 15 years old. He's from Norway. And he tells me he's really only been into photography for less than a year. And you'll see he's very, very talented. Very nice job. And this first shot, as you can see, is a very nice landscape shot. And you can see the foreground is in really nice focus and the background's in really good focus too. And he achieved that by using, of course, a smaller aperture. He used f of 14 and he used a wide-angle lens. A wide-angle lens will afford you more depth of field. So he used an 18 millimeter to 55 millimeter zoom lens at 18 millimeters. So that gave him the maximum depth of field that he could attain with that lens. Very nicely done. Someone emailed me and mentioned that they wanted me to try to mention, if possible, the EXIF data as I go through the photos, and I will try to do that. That is a good idea, so you guys get an idea what everyone shot at. So in this case, it was 1/200th of a second. I mentioned it was f of 14, ISO 100, 18 millimeters. The composition is real nice. He's got this foreground, as I mentioned, in perfect focus. The background still in focus. I like that there's a person in the shot. It helps add scale, so you get an idea of the how big everything is by having a person in the shot or something easily recognizable. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a dog or it could be a car or something like that. But it's nice that there's the person in the shot. One thing I could suggest, the brighter part of the images are towards the outside. We have the bright part up here and we have this bright part here. So it's towards the outside. Our eyes, when we view an image, tend to get drawn to the brighter part of the shot. And we then don't see the middle part, which is darker here. And because of that, this picture will tend to look disjointed as we look at it because we're not really noticing as much this dark area in the middle. And that's really not Kristoffer's fault. It's the scene. It's the way the scene was. And the camera, the digital camera, just can't record that big dynamic range. So what I would suggest in this shot is that Kristoffer take a brush and I would turn exposure up and I would just add a little more exposure to this dark area in the middle. It helps add detail to the dark area, and it will help unify the picture a little bit instead of being so disjointed when we look at it. Now I'm going real quick. Of course, you should take your time and do a really good job. And this is the before and this is the after. Now, I'd like to point out too, let me go back to the before a minute. In the histogram, if I hover over this area over here, you would see any part that is like, you know, so dark that it's like has no detail in it. He did a good job. As you can see, there's nothing in here. It would turn up blue. You'd see like this blue spots where it's too dark. And you can see, I just want to point out, he really did a really nice job. I'm not saying he did anything wrong. It's just a suggestion to help unify the scene, is if you brighten up this middle part a little bit, it will help make it more uniform. It's a very nice shot. We have the leading line of this trail going right to the sun. We have this nice starburst effect on the sun, because he used a pretty small aperture, f9. Usually around f8 to f13 you'll get a real nice starburst effect with the sun. Not all lenses, as I mentioned many times, will do it, but obviously in this lens it's doing it, so it's really nicely done. Kristoffer's dog is in the shot, which is a nice too. I like, you know, it adds something to the shot. Imagine if the dog wasn't here. It just adds something to the shot to have the dog in there. And he told me this is an Alaskan Malamute, a very nice looking dog, and it's a very nice looking shot. Not much I could say. I think it's very well done. Another very nice shot. We do have this big bright area here, but I want to add is a lot of times we like to have these, they call them God rays, coming from the sun, and the reason being it helps lead your eyes away from the bright area of the photo, looking to other shots in, other areas in the shot, I should say. Forgive my voice, I've been battling a cold, so hopefully I make it through. This is a very nice shot though. I do like it. I like the backlighting on the dog. You get this nice kind of rim lighting on the dog. Very well done. This is a pretty cool shot. Kristoffer told me in his email that this is barely any processing on this. This was natural colors. And I believe it. In this case, it was 245 seconds at f of 4.5, ISO 250. Again, it was 18 millimeters. And whenever you tend to have a very, very, very long exposure on some cameras, it will shift the colors towards red a little bit. So that's what happened here. But it's a pretty cool effect. I think I like it. And it's may not be your cup of tea, what you like to see, but it's pretty neat, pretty cool. This is a pretty nice shot too. Again, the dog in the shot helps add something to the shot, in my opinion. So it's always nice to have something in there. If it's, as in the first one, a person in the shot to help show scale, or just add some interest by having the dog in the shot. Now, a couple things. The snow is a little shifted towards blue. So if you like that effect, fine. Don't worry about it. But if you want to get the snow whiter, you would take the eyedropper. I cover this in my Learn Lightroom series. And you would go somewhere that's more towards a gray, like a neutral gray. And you would just click. And then it will make the snow more towards white. Now, you might have to click a few times to get it, where it's pure white. But that will adjust the white balance, the color temperature, and the tint, so the white balance is more correct for what you actually saw when you were at the scene. Once you do that, then you might want to redevelop it for the sky and stuff like that. But again, a very nice shot. 1/200th of a second, f/9, ISO 100, again 18 millimeters. This is a shot. It looks like a cabin, very well exposed. We have some framing because of the door in the door jamb. So it's, nice shot. Kind of a leading line with this throw rug here. But nice shot. And that's it for Kristoffer. Some very, very nice shots. Again, only 15 years old, been taking, doing photography for less than a year. Very, very well done, Kristoffer. You have a bright future ahead of you in photography if you so choose to keep it up. So thank you very much for sharing your images with us. And I'd like to thank everyone who watches all my videos, and thank you for putting up with my voice. And thank you everyone that goes over to my website, anthonymorganti.com, and looks at all the photography stuff I have over there. And if you have time, if you haven't already, please go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. So that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.